Okay, let's attempt this vlogging thing. Okay, the sun is rising. Finally, I woke up at like midnight about 6 hours ago, and then I'm here in Jasper National Park right now, and so I drove in the middle of the night to get here for sunrise, which is happening right about now. I'm gonna be taking pictures with this camera. I'm gonna hop off now because I don't want to miss the sunset. Sunrise. Okay, so it's about 11:30. After shooting the sunrise, I went into Canmore, had breakfast, so I edited some photos from this morning, and now I just drove about half an hour down the parkway towards Canmore, and I'm falling asleep. So I think I'm just gonna park myself right here. I'm going to take a nap, about a half-hour nap, reset, then keep driving. Alright, welcome back guys. It is Saturday morning. I have my wedding today, and I'm in Canmore right now. I arrived in Canmore late last night. I ended up just passing out as soon as I got to my room, and I slept in so much that I had to check out basically as soon as I had time to wake up, stumble out of bed, take a shower. So I found this little park here. I'm going to have breakfast, and my wedding starts in about an hour and a half, so I have a little bit of time here to hang out. And I figured while I'm at it, why don't I just turn on the camera and talk to you guys about a little something, make this video worth your while, and why don't I throw in a little mini lesson here. So last spring I rebranded, and I'm now targeting adventurous couples who are getting married in the mountains or in adventurous locations, outdoors, where we can go hiking, canoeing. Couples that have weddings in the outdoors where we can have a little bit of fun. And how did I find out that's the kind of wedding I wanted to shoot? Haha, there we go. That's the question. That is what I wanted to get at. Okay, so that's what I wanted to get at. Because I recently answered a question in a Facebook group where someone was asking, how do you go about finding your ideal client? Because there's a lot of talk about finding your ideal client and only booking those people and repelling and attracting the right people for your brand. I completely agree with all that. I completely agree with finding your niche and then being the best at that. Because you can't be the best at shooting every single kind of wedding under the sun. But that being said, I don't think you should necessarily worry about finding your ideal client and finding that niche that you fit in your first year or 2 years of business. So in that first or second year of business, don't be afraid to just book, because it'll be a lot more beneficial for you to book as many weddings as you possibly can in your first few years to build that portfolio, build that confidence, and just become a better photographer. And then once you've done all kinds of different weddings, you'll be able to also tell, you know what, that wedding there was my dream perfect wedding to photograph. Or the opposite, saying that wedding there, yes, I love the couple, yes, I had a great time, I learned a lot from it, I grew my photography skills, but you know what, I don't want to shoot more weddings like that. And I've had those. I absolutely adore every single one of my couples, and I am very thankful to have photograph their wedding because they've allowed me to grow as a photographer and figure out what I want to do and what I don't want to do. But at the same time, I was able to say, this kind of wedding is not for me, and this kind of wedding is for me. So if you're in your first couple years of photographing weddings right now, don't worry if you don't know who your ideal client is or who your dreamy client is, because you're gonna know who that ideal client is when you find them. I'm not saying that you should just sit around and wait for that ideal client to show up. You still do need to show more of what you want to shoot on your Instagram, on your Facebook, on your website, because what you show online is what you're going to be attracting. Don't be too worried about not knowing who your ideal client is yet. I know there's a lot of talk about that online, on social media. Everyone seems to be talking about you need to find who that person is. Yes, you do. Eventually. After shooting more, you will eventually know yes to these people and no to those people. And then you can maybe rebrand or just show more of what you want to shoot. Another great indicator of who your ideal client might be is, especially if you build a personal brand, that ideal client will usually be someone like yourself. So for me, I love being out in the mountains. I love being out adventuring, hiking, and doing that kind of stuff. So I attract that same kind of person because I've built a personal brand, meaning I share about my personal life on social media. I share about it on my website. I add some fun snippets about who I am as a person and not just who I am as a photographer. So that person that's similar to me will once again be attracted to me because we are like-minded people in the sense that we share the same hobbies and we share the same love for that same kind of wedding. So another great way of finding and honing into that ideal client is just sharing more about yourself, and then once that person is able to find you and really relate to you, you might realize that those people who are your ideal clients are exactly like you. And that happened to me specifically last summer for weddings that I've booked coming up this year. I had one couple where they found me online and they instantly knew that they wanted to book me because they saw of my personality online and realized that we are very similar people. There's these teenagers going around in circles behind the camera. They're like practicing, it's like some mountain biking course. And they keep staring at me, and one of them just rolled by saying, "I think she's vlogging." So, yes, kid, that's what I'm doing. They knew that they wanted to book with me even before we met in person. We just did a Skype call. And they didn't care how much it cost for me to drive to them, because honestly, when I sent them the invoice, including my travel to drive to them, I was nervous because I thought that they would back out because it was too expensive for travel. And I guess I was feeling like I wasn't worth it, which is not a good thing to feel. But I was telling myself, why would they book me? Why would they spend extra hundreds of dollars just for my travel to have me there when there's probably as qualified photographers that are local to them that they could book for a lot cheaper? Obviously, I really wanted to book them. I really, really did. But when I sent out that invoice, that's what was going through my head. I know it's horrible, and you should never think that, but they did. They booked me. And that's when I realized having that ideal client is wonderful. It's the most amazing thing. So trust me when I tell you that you will find your ideal client. You might not find that person in the first year or even the first 2 years of business, but you will find them. I only found them in my 3rd year, so I only honed in on that and figured out exactly what I wanted to do in that 3rd year of business. So don't stress about it too much, but still work around it. Maybe after each wedding, take a few minutes to think, okay, do I want to shoot more of these? Or would I prefer to shoot more of the wedding I did last week? You know, so just think about it, show more of what you actually love to shoot, those people will come to you, share about yourself on social media, share about your personal life, and those people will find you and you will find your target market. Okay, that was a super roundabout way to get to my point, but I hope all of this makes sense and I hope it helps you guys if you're trying to find that ideal client. So if you guys like this kind of video, more of the casual vlog / mini lesson video, let me know in the comments because I can totally keep doing these. I actually, I can mix it up between more of the instructional videos on my, at my desk and then more of these kinds of videos. So let me know if you have any questions or if you'd like me to elaborate more on something that I talked about. Let me know in the comments, send me a DM on Instagram. I'm always checking Instagram, I'm always on there. So I cannot wait to hear what you guys have to say, and share if you have any other tips, any other things that might have helped you when you found your ideal client, or anything you might be struggling with, and we can all help you out. So I will definitely be back next week with either another different kind of video or another vlog, so we'll see what happens. Okay, see you later guys.